Well, hello there to my Pisces. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading, Pisces. All right, Pisces, you rule 12th house. Happy Sunday to everybody. Trying to get you ready for the week. Look out for the next Motivational Monday video. Happy holidays to everyone. Happy holidays to everyone. Hopefully you all are getting a chance to see all the decorations that maybe your neighbors are putting out. Maybe you put your decorations out already. Yes. Make sure you find out what your zodiac sign is in your 12th house, right? 12th house is all about service and sacrifice. It's about suggest dissolution and release, a place outside of time where life returns to primal waters before the cycle of the houses begin again at the ascendant, right? So here we can experience sacrifice, but also selflessness and devotion, higher service, behind the scenes, universal and collective, also transcendence, right? Also transcendence. Sending everybody lots of love and light. Talking to you wherever Pisces is in your birth chart, including myself, right? Including myself. So I know where Pisces sits in my birth chart, so talking to myself as well. That's going to be important, especially for my readers, to know your birth chart. Really, really know your birth chart, right? Answer the call on your life. Answer your vocation. Answer the call on your life, right? So let's see what's going on here. High vibrating Pisces are empathetic, artistic, and spiritual. We're not worried about the low side. Here we have you deserve the best. You deserve the best. And that's exactly what you are attracting, right? But you have to give the best to attract the best, right? Give the best to attract the best. That means that, hey, anybody that you are linking up with or something about their energy, they're not giving you their best. And when I say giving you their best, I'm talking about 100% themselves. They are unattached. They can give you 100% of themselves. They can give you 100%. Whatever you can give, they can give too, right? If you're giving 100% to the job, they can give you 100% too. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like if you're in a job and your manager says, here are the expectations that we have in order for you to get a raise or increase or something like that. When raise time comes, there shouldn't be no hemming and hawing. All right? Shouldn't be any hemming and hawing and no, well, duh. Same thing in love, in your personal or your professional life. Friendships, same thing. If you feel like you're giving 100% of your friendships and romantic relationships, somebody should be ready to give you 100% as well. So, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. This is going to take us through November, beginning of November. We have a Beaver moon that's coming up. So we'll talk a little bit about that on the Patreon side. Let's do it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Current situation. Ace of Wands. It could be a fire sign in your energy. You had some kind of idea that someone's trying to get you fired up, right? Somebody had a first impression of you. You could have a fire sign. Somebody who's maybe trying to rush you to something while you're trying to process your emotions, right? So somebody has somebody's trying to get you fired up. So you're a water sign and they're trying to put a fire up under you, right? And so sort of like, what's the rush for? What is the rush, right? What is the rushing all about? What's the challenge here? Yeah. Here's the Three of Coins here. So you have some kind of leadership position here. But you got to make sure in any kind of a leadership position that you have the authority to have a chance to raise your hand, ask questions, and be very detailed, very specific about what it is, what role you're playing in all of this. Otherwise, you'll find yourself down the line in a leadership position, realizing you're just there. You're just there. You have no say-so whatsoever. And you'll find yourself actually overwhelmed. At first, it feels like it's a lot of fun because it's like, okay, I can kick back and I can do other things. I can just kind of sort of, I'm here. They believe I should be in a leadership position. I'm a part of a team. But then after a while, you start feeling overwhelmed because it's... your skills start to lie dormant. You're not being used for what you were once inspired and motivated, but now you're not being used, but you're in a contract, you're in an agreement. So it's almost like you're caught in between a rock and a hard place. You're darned if you do, you're darned if you don't, right? It's like hurry up and wait. Now you're here. Now you got to wait, right? So it's more of a benefit. This is where the challenge comes in. It's more of a benefit because people really needed you to be a part of something. And now that you're in it, they got what they needed. This is a bait and switch. They got what they needed, but now you're waiting on something that you was expecting. Yeah, that's a challenge. And this happens also in love as well. So some people can hurry up and get you to do something because they want you to feel like you're a part of the love team, right? And you race to do something, and then now you're waiting for them. And a prime example of that is waiting for somebody to get the divorce paper signed. For instance, let's say you're in a relationship with somebody and they told you, okay, they were single, but technically they weren't single. They just left that part out, right? But you found out, oh, wow, okay, now your emotions are involved. Your water sign, your emotions are involved. You're overwhelmed now emotionally. That's where your water can start boiling. That's a perfect example of that. Because now all of a sudden I'm in your corner, I'm your team, but they're benefiting from something they got from you, meaning that their money is increasing, their value is increasing, everything in their life is increasing, friendship circles are increasing, and then you realize now you're mad. You got water. Now you're mad, right? In the work situation, how that can benefit is they could have been going through something. They could have been going through, people could have been going to HR on them saying that they were discriminating against people. That's something secretly that you didn't know about, right? So they were inspired to hurry up and put a fire up under you to make a decision about something. That can make you a part of a team, but you have no authority. You just simply have a title. You're just there in body only, right? So yeah, they were inspired to bring you on board, but you don't have any authority. So now that you're there, you've taken the job. So every time you complain, you get a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but it's never any real movement here, right? There's always a justification. You want to go here, you want to go there. We need you here. You're stuck. You're stuck until you finally just leave. And when you leave, it's on you're saying you're leaving because, okay, there's nothing for you to do. So Source is trying to tell you that you deserve the best both in your personal and your professional life. When you say that you want to be a part of a team, you make sure that you are a part of a team. 100% all the way a part of a team. This is a distant past, right? So somebody says that you're a part of something, but somebody may not feel like they're really a part of something, right? You're trying to learn how to be conservative with your time here. Yeah, learn how to trying to be conservative with your time. I feel like you're switching teams. This is what I'm seeing here. You're putting an end to something because the seed has already been planted. So I feel like you are switching teams. Wherever you are, this 10 of Cups here, because there could have been some people that said, hey, come on over to our house. You're part of the family, this and that, and so on and so forth. They planted the seed that you can make some money. You can be a part of this. But then you saw how they treated other people and made other people and their kids hold the bag, right? And so you're seeing something right in your face. Something is happening right in your face that nobody's really a part of the team. It's like a, what was the thing that came out a long time ago? That business model where only the people at the top were making money, but the people at the bottom were just like scraping for pennies. I'm not going to name the name of the business because I can see the name of the business, but I forget it. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Only the people at the top were making money, but the people at the bottom, they weren't making anything. But they're left holding the bag, making money for the people at the top. And so Source is trying to tell you, you're talking about deserving the best, but you're seeing something right in your face. I mean, like you're literally seeing something right in your face. So these energies hurry up and got you to be a part of something, but now you're part of something. Then what? So they're going to be asking, for some of you all, it's not going to be a challenge anymore because you are now seeing something that you didn't see before and you're switching teams. And so, yeah, somebody played a role in splitting you and someone apart. Here we go with the 7 of Wands here, 6 and 1. 7 of Wands here. again, there's going to be a why. Why aren't you inspired anymore? Does the money not enough to inspire you anymore? Why are you switching teams, right? Because again, in business and in love, you're seeing the same old, right? You're seeing the same old thing that other people are seeing. You're seeing that somebody wants you to hurry up and be a part of something, but they're the only one benefiting from it, and you are the one being left holding the bag, meaning that you are being blamed for something. So let's say, for instance, you didn't know that someone was married in a relationship, and that's quite possible that people don't know, but you're getting left with the bag, holding the bag. Now you're being talked to like as if there's not another person involved, right? So you're saying, no, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I don't want to be to a point of overwhelm where I'm left holding something, right? I value myself more than that. This is what you're saying to yourself. I am a leader. I value myself more than that. So I'm not being left holding a bag here. And if it's a work situation where you feel like, okay, I need to, whatever it is, somebody's switching teams. But it looks like somebody's switching teams in love and still winning. You're still winning. Matter of fact, you're winning overall because you're switching teams in love, because somebody is benefiting from you being on their team, because it looks like you're a leader from the start, but you're seeing how people are being left holding the bag, but you're the one trying to be somebody's basically like trying to convince you to be more conservative with your time. And being more conservative with your time is like basically we're a team both in our personal and our professional lives, right? But when you really sit down and think about it, someone else is benefiting financially overall by you being connected with them. This could literally be an adult child who is just benefiting from the heart, the blood, sweat, and tears, but they left you holding the bag. They left you holding the bag after doing something behind your back. They teamed up with somebody else. In other words, in lay terms, you're dealing with an opportunist. Okay, that's the only way I can say. Somebody's dealing with an opportunist who they see that you're a leader. They see that you're a winner. They see that you're inspired. You're a hardworking person. And so sources say, but they'll leave you with the bag every single time. They'll leave you holding the bag every single time. And until you get very clear, they'll leave you holding the bag every single time. So you are switching teams, meaning that you're switching tables. That could look like you're dating outside your race. It could look like you're dating the same sex. It could look like you're dating the opposite sex. It could look like you jump back from you dating the same skin color, whoever. You're dating the opposite. You could be dating somebody who is in your same tax bracket when you first met them. You're not dating down anymore. Somebody who is just as driven as you are. Somebody who's not just sitting back, rubbing your shoulders or patting your back and cheering you on. Somebody who's putting in hard work just like you are. Because somebody comes from a legacy of people who are really hard working people, but you somehow are being left holding the bag here. So I see you, it's something is a win-win for you. So both in terms of inspiration, in terms of your fire, and in terms of your money, you're shutting stuff down. You're the one that's initiating stuff, and that's going to balance you out. You're the one that's initiating something, and it's going to balance you out. Right? And you're going to feel whole and complete. You're going to feel whole and complete. As far as money and in terms of your spirituality, the same energy is going to be like, why? Why are you shutting something down? Why are you closing something out? In terms of relationship, whoever this energy is, if they've been riding your back like Seabiscuit, they're going to be asking you, why are you breaking up? Why don't you want to be in a relationship? Because you're the one that's holding the bag. People are looking at you like you boo-boo the fold, right? And you're not. But if it's in the work relationship and you're like, oh, hold on. Every time I ask for a raise or increase or whatever the case may be, I'm seeing that, or I'm asking for a transfer, or I'm asking for this and that. There's always some kind of an excuse. And it takes people a while to catch on what's happening. You can see everybody in your office being able, they put in a transfer to go here, there, everywhere. This kind of training, that kind of training, approved. But then you got to stay stuck right just there. You just got to stay stuck holding. You got to be the strong link in the chain. So everybody gets a chance to kind of move around. In other words, they're getting inter-office experience is what you're seeing. You're seeing inter-office experience. You're seeing people getting their experience. So there's a justification when it's time to get an increase, when their money is growing, because the seed is already planted. But the seed was already planted with you as well. You're a part of the team, but you have no authority. You don't even know what to ask for. They're just always left holding the bag. Influences on you. Yeah. Somebody who already left home. Somebody who already left home that people resented. Somebody who he never came back home. That's what it is. That's your influence. Somebody who left home and never came back home. Six of Cups, people who resented. You heard people talk about them behind their back. They dead to us. They don't belong here. They're dead to us. Let's just get rid of everything that's connected to them. You've heard people say that because they got out here and got real world experience and saw how people cause people to lose the bag, like carry the load here, right? You can have a title and a position and never go anywhere with it. Never. You can't go anywhere with it. That's it. So that's where somebody is switching teams. Whatever team you're on, you're switching teams because you know you've mastered something. So that's who you're connecting with. You're connecting with people who have mastered something. That's who you want to team up with, people who have mastered their North Node. A lot of people don't look like what they've been through when they leave the house. They don't look like what they've been through, but they feel fulfilled already. And they don't really care what people think because they can speak on it with their eyes closed. They can speak on it in their sleep. And successful at it. So, Source is trying to tell somebody here is you're dealing with someone who is... somebody has a sixth sense about something, possibly around drinking, because I'm seeing all of these cups in someone's face. Somebody could have drank the Kool-Aid. Yeah, well, that would be, like a sign, like somebody could have, drank the Kool-Aid that, hey, you're part of a leadership position, but, you get such and such, but still be resented, right? You could have bought into this idea of something. And something is going on around the world that you're a part of something, but you really have no authority whatsoever. You'd be surprised at how many people know that they have no authority, right? They know that they have no authority. So it really sends the spell work right back. Like, what kind of game are y'all playing if this is an organization? If this is an organization and you got smart people on the team that can help you with something, but you're not using them to their full benefit. Right? So that's what makes you more valuable. People are not using, and also in love too. Some of these people from your past relationships that were in romantic relationships with you are seeing that you are a leader, a person who is conservative with your time, whoever you are. And on top of that you have psychic gifts and abilities. So trust and believe they are not going to treat you like somebody else who wanted you to hurry up and be in a relationship, get married, do this, all of this other stuff, only to publicly humiliate you. Because that's what this is, right? Emotionally, mentally, sexually humiliate you, right? Parading you on stage like you got the prize when really they left you holding the bag. That's what's come to light. Some kind of secret has come to light. You don't look like what you've been through, and people are seeing that, and people are seeing it all around the world. So Source is saying, yeah, you bought into some kind of idea, but it's actually sending spell work back to them. It's actually sending it back to them. So, okay, that's why some companies can't recruit employees. That's why they can't bring people on, because people know the game. They're like, okay, oh, you got somebody this smart that is a part of your team, and you had somebody sitting in a position that long, but then you left them holding the bag, and you could have helped somebody who inspiring people, and they couldn't move nowhere. Are you kidding? So this is what I'm seeing with somebody in their love life, and I'm seeing somebody in their work life. I'm seeing somebody who you are a leader, and I'm seeing here that's why you're not going back to whatever, whoever you love. I don't know who you love. I don't, and I don't really care. None of my business. But that's why you're not going back to. You have a new project, right? You have some kind of a new project coming your way in a leadership position, and I see you being more conservative with your time because people see that you're just a leader, period. But you're ending this idea in the physical sense of divine connections. Your connections being put together now are directly from source. They're not coming from a title, a position that you really don't have any say so in a circle around people or whatever who just want to parade you up on stage and then leave other people holding the bag. So, yeah, so here we have Queen of Wands here. So I see somebody doing their shadow work. Whoever this fire sign is, somebody is doing their shadow work because they're wondering now why are you closing something out? That's what somebody's saying. Well, why are you moving on from something? Why are you closing something out? Why are you? Because you were never really a part of the team. That's why you were never really a part of the team. They really never saw somebody's value, you and someone else's value. So hopes and fears. People are hoping that you would fight for something. What are you fighting for? Now that something is being brought to light, what exactly are you fighting for? Here's the outcome. What is the outcome? Yeah, so here's the outcome here. Somebody wants you to fight with somebody. They want you to use, they're saying that somebody's a bully. They want you to use somebody's words against them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. It's two sides of something. Somebody has some kind of idea about something. Somebody wants you to fight. Yeah, somebody wants you to fight. So that's up to you. That is entirely up to you. That's something you'll be praying about. But whoever this fire sign gave you some kind of idea, whoever this fire sign is, they gave you some kind of idea. They put some kind of spark up under you, some kind of fire up under you, and told you that you'd be a team. But you saw something, and they actually left this energy holding a bag. They planted a seed, basically planted a seed to grow some money, right? So here we go. Follow your heart. Here you have the gift of clairaudience. This is clear listening. Heal people move differently. So there are signs all around you. And so solar plexus chakra cleanse. There's your answer right there. You're purging this fire sign, whoever this is, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Your inner child is proud of you. There's your answer right there. You have the gift of precognition. It could be a Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, sun or moon. You would have to pull a birth chart, but whoever it is, it doesn't really matter. But somebody inspired you to be a part of a team, but you had never had any authority, never any say-so, but they're leaving you holding the bag with something. Basically blaming you for something. It's best to go to the root of something and cut the root off. Their plan to disrupt your money backfired. So somebody is amongst the incubi and succubi. All of these cups right here is basically like all of this copying, copycat energy. You should copy this. You should copy that. You should copy this. You should copy that for money. You should plant this seed. You should do that. You should copy this. You should do. They got all of this going on, copycat energy. You should cloak in this energy. You should astral project. You should do all of this other stuff. Your ex was on some kind of an assignment. You should do all of this stuff. And source is saying, but you were never really a part of the team. One yes from God is all that you need. So if somebody misses you, it could be a fire sign that misses you. Somebody could have used to play mind games with you in some way, shape, form, or fashion that you're fighting for. If somebody's breaking some kind of generational cycle chain and curse. And so somebody could have ended up Just because somebody had a first impression of you, they used someone to try to play mind games, or they could have used that fire sign to use you to play mind games with, that they would turn around and use this fire sign to try to use your words against you. In other words, let me give somebody an example of something. This would be like somebody saying, let's say you uphold certain standards, morals and standards and things, right? Values and stuff. They would have made sure this fire sign recorded you right here. See all this water right here? And let this group of people listen to it, right? So anything that you say, they'll try to use it against you like you were in a court of law. So I thought you said you didn't believe in interracial relationships, if this was the case, right? Not to say that you do. Who cares if you do or don't? But just because it beats people on this card here. Let's say, for instance, you said, oh, you could never see yourself in an interracial relationship. Or let's say you could see yourself only dating outside your race, right? Just go from one extreme to the next, right? They would get a fire sign. Aries rules first house, a fire sign, whoever, to record and let this group of people listen to it, just to use it against you later, whoever you are. If your north node is Pisces, to prove, to try to prove about your gifts, that this person is lying about their gifts, or they're lying about something, right? To try to use something against you, right? Oh, you should fight them on this, because remember they said that they don't believe in interracial dating, or they would only date somebody of an opposite race. We got a recording on that? Or remember they said such and such and such and such. So these energies are always looking. And when you're on this kind of a team, they also have something on you to use against you to keep you in this situation right here. This is why you're ending something with this group of people. They always up to something, always doing something sneaky behind somebody's back. So that's why you're saying you deserve the best. Because the moment you start thinking that you deserve the best, they're going to try to make you deserve the worst. Show you that you're not better than they are. That's why you're ending something. So I see you moving through. I see you transitioning. This is what you're fighting for. You're fighting to transition through your storms in life. That's what you're fighting for, so that you can transition through your storms in life, right? So you don't have to be fixated on, let's say, for instance, only dating. Let's say you date outside your race, right? You don't have to be only fixated on dating outside your race. Maybe you say, okay, you would love to attract a person, a man or a woman on your frequency. Somebody who has evolved like you've evolved, right? Maybe you want children. Maybe you don't want children. So you don't have to be so fixated. There's some wiggle room there, right? But they would have used this fire sign to record your conversations, because they sitting somewhere hot fish grease mad, calling you a liar, saying that you inspired them. How are you going to inspire somebody to do something they've been doing? Okay, I had to add a little bit more a little bit more in time to this. So so this is a divine abundance here. So you were born to align with love's will and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance and not chase it, right? So these are the energies that planted the seed. And just to take it to the next level, you are entitled to change your mind. Okay, you are entitled to change your mind, even if you were at some point, because you all are known for your compassion. Wherever Pisces is in your birth chart, doesn't really matter whether it's your north node, 5th house, 6th house, 1st house, whatever house, or your sun sign or moon. It doesn't really matter. You're known for your compassion. So you could have been showing compassion towards somebody. It was the angle that they came in at, and then coming back to say, oh, well, we have a recording where you said this and now you're saying that. Somebody's showing some compassion. Let me tell you something. These 10 cups here, these 10 cups here, not only were you showing compassion towards relationships, you were showing compassion towards their mental health, their physical health, their emotional intelligence or lack thereof. You were showing just across the board in terms of a variety of things. This is sacral chakra. So that shows intention from the very beginning, that they have your best interest at heart. They can play games if they want to. So that's what you're fighting for. You're saying you're fighting so that you can move on. You can just continue moving on through your storms of life. You showing compassion for some energies that didn't have compassion for you. So you as competition since day one. And you know that because somewhere something caused you to put an end to something. Something calls you to put it into something. That's why you have the Ace of Wands there. You don't see anything else after that. You just got Ace of Wands, like a fire just went out. Something they said or did caused you to put water on it to extinguish the flame. In other words, that was the end of that. So somebody has a demon of lust. Somebody has a demon of lust and trying to project that onto you. So this is where you're saying your team, yourself, you're moving through a storm in life. You are absolutely entitled. You're absolutely entitled to change your mind. You're absolutely entitled to change your mind. And you don't owe these energies any explanation. Change your mind anytime you want to and move on through a life, your storms of life. You're having some kind of an awakening. So, oh my Lord, wake me from life as a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instincts and common sense. These energies absolutely were sitting around recording something. They wanted to see what your views were, a variety of views. They wanted to know, who do you like to date? Do you like white men or white women, black women, Hispanics, people or whatever, Asian, whoever, Africans, like what is your preference in terms of what's your sexuality, asexual, LGBTQIA plus community, what straight, gay, like what they wanted a variety. That's what sacral chakra energy is, right? Because people were trying to see if you would lie about anything. You are entitled to change your mind. If you decided, hey, you want to start dating outside your race, do it. If you want to date inside your race, do that. If you want to date the opposite, who are they? But make sure that somebody is 100% available. Like if you are 100% available, they are 100% available. But they absolutely use a fire sign to inspire just some kind of conversation around something, right? And 10 means the end of something. So somebody talked about a death. Somewhere in this, somebody talked about a death. That's the end of something, right? Somebody was absolutely trying to end your career. Whatever your career is, they were trying to end that, end your North Node. So you're liberated. Free yourself. Child, free yourself. Here we have the doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. They were trying to end your career. So there it is. Somebody was not even thinking about collaborating at all. Never was that ever a thought. They came in sideways and wrong. Came in seeing you as competition. So that's going to be a no. That's why you're moving on. That's just why you're moving on. So animals, yep. Now from now on, this is what you have in common with some people. You catch wind of something that somebody sees you as competition, they're gonna burn you, or like you're not. They're using their fire for evil. Guess what? You're moving on. You're moving on. You don't have time to be overwhelmed. It's exhausting. You don't have time to be confused. So that's what I'm seeing for you all. This is what I'm seeing for you all. Right here. You don't have time to be confused. So again, I'm talking to you whoever Pisces is in your birth chart. The way I conduct my readings is not just for your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. It is literally for wherever that zodiac sign is in your birth chart. So even for my cross watchers, find out where Pisces is in your birth chart. So whatever video you watch for whatever signs, I'm talking to whatever that sign is in that birth chart. Pisces just happens to rule 12th house, service and sacrifice. And so you feel like you've sacrificed a lot in your workplace, right? to get to be able to finally answer the call on your life, only for these energies to come in to see you as competition and record everything that you're doing to try to turn around and use it against you to hurt you. And so it's just saying, you know what? Okay. Thanks for letting me know that you can't be trusted. Yeah, so people are moving on now. People told you taking one last look back, but you taking one last look back and you moving on. Finally getting some rest behind closed doors. Finally, this is what's going to help you to stay focused, because you have two people got the same thing in common. They go into something trying to collaborate, and guess what? Find out people see you as competition from day one. It's like, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. So, but anyway, that's how Source set it up. That's how Source set it up. Source had to expose something so that you can just start believing in your dreams, in your dreams. So that's what I'm seeing for you. Hopefully this is helpful. See you in the next video. Bye.